honors biology teacher. I have been teaching at Carmel High School for 21 years, and I have two kids that also attend Carmel High School. My daughter is a senior this year. It's hard to believe, pretty emotional. And my son is a sophomore. He plays football here, and my daughter is in choir. So honors biology is kind of an overview of biology. With it being honors, we do a little more critical thinking and engaging them into the science and engineering process of thinking and modeling and science experimentation. So I'm hoping that they will really enjoy their year this year. I love to get them moving around the room, get them exploring, and of course then diving into the content of the material. So a couple things about the class is that we not only will just learn the content, but through their explorations, they will be keeping a lab notebook journal. This is super important that they have this with them every class because most of the time we are doing something with that. So that journal, they will keep a table of contents. They need to keep it very organized. So if you would like to help out at home, it would be to perhaps make sure you're doing a check-in occasionally with them, that they are keeping this in order, that they are writing down information and not just stuffing labs and rough drafts into the lab notebook, that they're taking the time to rewrite their background so that they understand what they were doing in class. And really, diving into their analysis, their evidence and reasoning for the experimentation. So we do have lab notebook quizzes. The first one, I really was just checking them on their formatting, but the next one's coming up, they will be actually having quizzes over those. Those are summative because they have the opportunity to revise and ask questions, which hopefully they are doing, going back and correcting things that they may have missed the first time around. They have the whole unit to continue to revise those activities. So making sure they're coming into SRT. I love helping kids during that time, when they come in with very specific questions. And so that's kind of one of the big things, just to kind of keep, that you can help to keep on track with. As far as practices, we have practice quizzes that we do, and before the exams, they also have little formative quizzes along the way that they can help study to kind of, as a check-in, to kind of see where they are. This course through the state of Indiana, first semester is really more biochemistry and cellular, getting into a little bit of cell division at the end, along with how proteins are made. And in second semester, we start to get a little bit bigger, and we are going into genetics, evolution, and ecology. But we'll start with some developmental biology, some embryology, which is kind of fun. So, however, during the genetics unit, they will have a big project. This is one of the school's graduation pathways, which is a problem-based learning project that we will do during genetics. They will become a genetic counselor, and they will pair up with another student, and they will randomly get some kind of a genetic disorder that they will have to dive into research and present this to an adult in the community as well. And that gives them a little experience actually becoming an expert at something and communicating with adults outside. So we asked them to kind of find someone who's not a family member to help out with that if possible. So that's partly individual grade and partly group grade. So, but we go outside a few times in a year, but most of the time we're in a classroom doing labs and learning material in here. So the one thing that if your student is absent, to make sure that you are checking, or that they are checking the Canvas modules. We always are doing something in class, so it's really important for them to kind of keep up where they can. If we took notes, that they can access some of that material. I would highly recommend, though, that they come in to kind of go over those, because we cover so much more in class than just what might be in those notes that are posted on Canvas. And sometimes the notes are more of a discussion, and we do that on the board. So it is really, really important to be here at school. This isn't an online course that they can just do at home. So, and especially with the hands-on materials. Sometimes I will post the results, but again, they're missing out on the actual hands-on process to see how something works, and to make sense of that and to think through the process. So it's usually not very beneficial for them to be missing. However, I do not want them to come to school sick. So best to get well and take care of yourselves, and we will make sure that you get caught up. SSRT time is a great time for that, to make up anything that you might miss. The other thing is the retake policy. The lab notebooks, you cannot retake those quizzes because you have the opportunity to revise. The same thing with the problem-based learning genetics counseling project. However, you can retake the just unit exams. If you score below an 89.5, you can get up to an 89.5, no more than that on a retake. There is a process. The student has to come to me. We will go over what they missed on their exam so we can identify holes in their learning. The requirements are that they need to make sure that they have done all their work ahead of time so that relearning can actually take place. You can't really relearn if you didn't learn it in the first place. So doing the green packets, which are review guides, making sure reading guides are completed from the online textbook, and that they have taken the practice test. If those things are completed and they didn't score where they wanted to, then they have the opportunity to come in. So after identifying what they missed, then they can come in, or maybe a week afterwards. They need to get a form signed from their parent, and then they also have to make a new study guide that shows new learning of those concepts that they struggled on the first time. And they'll turn those into me, and then they can retake. It will be a slightly different version of the test. It will not be exactly the same. And so that way we can hopefully help them be successful this year. I'm excited. I've taught honors biology for many, many years, and we always have a wonderful time. And I hope that we turn out to have a few scientists that pursue biology or becoming doctors or something in the science field after taking my class. So don't hesitate to reach out. Email is the best way to reach me. And I look forward to a wonderful year. Thank you.